Well, it's that time of the week when J-Mac sees if he can keep up with our picks this year that are at a 62% clip. Last week, we went 5-0. J-Mac up for the challenge. So tomorrow's headlines today. Giants at the Lions. No Jackson Dart. What say you?
Yeah, this line's been moving up after the Dart news. This is a layup, Colin. The headline for Lions Giants will be Goff the top rope. Lions claw their way back. Love the little wrestling theme. Obviously, Scattaboo and company showing up this week. Listen, folks, I don't see how you can actually back Jameis Winston in this spot at all. Jared Goff and Dan Campbell off a loss. 13 straight wins, 13 straight covers. Now, I know the bad news today is Sam Laporta is out likely for the season. Colin, that is a huge hit to their offense. He is like an elite tight end, probably top 3 tight end in the league.
Yep.
That being said, the Giants defense is a joke. The secondary is pathetic. I think Amon-Ra, Jameson Williams have big games. The Giants rank dead last in run defense, Colin. This is a Lions team that should get an easy dub here. The only question, though, and you brought this up, is the look-ahead spot. Thanksgiving against the Packers. I don't know. I can't imagine Dan Campbell, who's a big motivator. I can't imagine him just letting his guys think about Thanksgiving and not focus on the task at hand.
Good call. Tomorrow's headlines today. Seahawks at the Titans. That one feels ugly.
Listen, these are 2 ugly games. This one's ghastly. That being said, Seattle's fun to watch. The headline for Seahawks Titans from Nashville will be Jigsaw Puzzle. Seahawks attack corners to solve game. Oh, my gosh. JSN should have a field day against Tennessee. Colin, we look at the bottom of the NBA, and there's a lot of teams that are already quitting. The Tennessee Titans have to lead the charge in the NFL. They're bad across the board. They have no weapons offensively. The defense is terrible. And last week, they suffered a brutal loss to the immortal Davis Mills. I think there's a great bounce back for Sam Darnold and company. How about this? McDonald and Darnold on the road this year, 5-0 against the spread. They're the best against the spread team in the league overall. I do wonder if maybe there's a slow start, a little hangover from the Rams loss, because they did fight hard to come back. But ultimately, like if you want to dabble in Tennessee first quarter +3, go for it. But Seattle will win this game. I don't think they're going to run away the way, they beat Arizona by 1 million at home, and the Saints, they smothered them. I don't see that happening here, but this feels like a 30-9 kind of route. Seahawks take care of business. This is a legit Super Bowl team if Sam Darnold can avoid mistakes.
Tomorrow's headlines today. New England Patriots at Cincinnati. Joe Burrow hung around practice this week.
Well, it's more than hung around. He's listed as questionable. They don't know if he's going to play or not. Zach Taylor's making us play the waiting game. The headline for Patriots Bengals will be Drake it till you make it. From small startup to big disruptor. Yeah, baby. Listen, I'm a Patriots hater, growing up a Jets fan, and Tom Brady just put it on us for decades. That being said, there's a lot to love about this team, Colin. Drake May, by the way, the best deep ball thrower in the league right now. He is having an amazing MVP caliber season. You want to guess who's the worst secondary in the league? Cincinnati. Bengals, there's some analytics that say they're one of the worst defenses all time, Colin. Trey Hendrickson not playing. Sounds like he's probably going on the shelf. I don't even think he's going to go. And if you look at Cincinnati, like anytime they play a good team, it's just a beatdown. I mean, they struggle to play with the Jets and Bears. This is a bad team. No Jamar Chase. So if it's Joe Flacco and T. Higgins, give me Christian Gonzalez locking things up. I like Patriots to cover a big number here.
Tomorrow's headlines today. This will win no beauty contests. Falcons, you love betting Falcons games at the Saints.
I was betting on the Falcons. One of my big misses was that this team thinking they were going to be good. Garbage. The headline for Saints Falcons will be Dunkirk. Saints go to war on Falcons. Yes, New Orleans is favored here, Colin.
Yeah.
This is easy, okay? The last time we saw Kirk Cousins play without Drake London, both Penix and London are out this week. They got destroyed by the Miami Dolphins at home. Well, guess what? Both those guys are out again. People are not falling for it again. By the way, Kirk Cousins, last 6 starts, 0-6 against the spread, just 1-5 straight up. This is not difficult. Saints, load the box, stop Bijan Robinson, dare Kirk Cousins to throw down the field. He can't. I don't see how the Saints don't win this, possibly with margin. By the way, Tyler Shook, remember, went to Carolina and had a pretty good game, outplayed Bryce Young. He now has a bye week. So I would expect Kellen Moore and Shook to cook up some stuff. I like the Saints here. I'm on an island. They're not very good. But Atlanta's, by the way, played 2 back-to-back games. One of them was in Berlin that went overtime. They're in trouble.
Finally, this is an interesting one. I considered taking the Bucs after the Rams came off a big divisional shootout. Tomorrow's headlines today: Tampa Bay beat up at the Rams. They gave Buffalo troubles, but now they go back cross country.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of travel for a fatigued team. 4th road game in their last 5, plus a bye week, and you know they were traveling on that one. The headline for Tampa Rams from SoFi will be the Stafford ability crisis. Rams inflated by quarterback value. I love Stafford here against Todd Bowles. Now, we talked earlier this week. Todd Bowles loves to blitz. That's in his DNA. They blitz at the 3rd highest rate in the league. Matt Stafford destroys the blitz. 2 games against the Bulls blitzing defense with McVay, 7 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Listen, Stafford is going to eat these guys up. He's got the healthy wide receivers. I am concerned. 2 tight ends for the Rams, Colin, went on IR this week. So they won't be able to go to the 3 tight end sets that they've been using. But Tampa's just, Bowles is up against it. When they have stepped up in class the last few weeks against good teams, Detroit, Buffalo, they're losing and not covering the spread. Bucky Irving just ruled out today. Not great for the run game, although Tucker showed well last week. Everything on my paper here says Rams continuing to look like one of the best teams in the league and a legit Super Bowl contender.
Well, you and I both, and this is, you did this more than me, but I've never been a fan of taking favorites. And last year, I had a very average year because I've always been take at least a B-level quarterback in points. This year, I take an over, 3 favorites and 1 dog. It's really changed. The NFL is, whether it's the kickoffs have enhanced field position. I think it's part of it where you only need a couple first of all, you only need a couple first downs to get into field goal range because everybody now can kick a 53-yard field goal. Right. So the kickers, there's just more points being scored. Now, a lot of that's baked in, but it does feel like to me, even backup quarterback plays better. I mean, Davis Mills last night. Mac Jones is a backup. Not only did Davis Mills play well, played exceptional, Mac Jones was exceptional. So it used to be your backup was kind of like Tyrod Taylor. There was limitations. Yeah. You could win a game, but you weren't going to win a shootout. Well, Mac can win a shootout. Last night, first half, Houston in a shootout. The quality of even backup play is better. The rules all tilt offense. The kickoffs now, we have 4 kickoffs this year returned for touchdowns, so better field position. And the field goal kickers have better legs. Something happened about 3 years ago, and it wasn't Cheerios. Everybody can kick a 58-yarder now. So I just find myself, even in games in which you think you're on the wrong side, it'll go over late because somebody boots a 57-yard field goal.
And you love to go against bad quarterbacks. These are the quarterbacks I just went against. Jameis Winston, Cam Ward, the rookie, Joe Flacco, the backup, assuming he starts, Kirk Cousins, and then, Baker Mayfield's kind of good. Fade the bad quarterbacks. That strategy has worked for you.
Well, there is I looked, I think it was Monday or Tuesday, I went home, and I looked at the draft, and there are 10 teams. It used to be much smaller where you'd have 3 to 4 maybe unwatchable teams. It's 10 now. I did not count Miami. I think they're watchable, and they can, I still think their schemes are excellent. I still think they can move the ball. Just don't put them in cold weather. But it's like the NBA, and I said this 2 years ago. When the quarterback became that important, if you don't have one, you can't compete. And we're not even to Thanksgiving yet, and there are Lions will win by blowout. Seahawks should win comfortably.
Ravens are going to smash my guy.
Look at the spreads in the NFL. They look like college spreads. And that's because the league is now so quarterback reliant for success.
100%.
All right, good stuff. Want to thank Albert Breer for stopping by. Julian Edelman taking time for the herd on a Friday. First things first around.